What's up, tribe? How you guys doing? Go ahead and hit that subscribe button, and I hope you like this video. This is your review for Chasing Atlanta season 6, episode 4. Yep, we on episode 4. Now listen, and Dario, I know you be looking at my reviews sometime, and I'm actually sending this to you. What you not gonna do is make me cry on every episode, okay? You done had me cry, or about to cry, or feeling like I needed to cry, or every episode this season. Let me tell you what we not gonna do. I know this is Chasing Forever, and I know that this is the final season of the franchise as we know it in Atlanta. But sir, you will not have me crying in every damn episode. I'm just tell you that now. So this better be the last week that I shed a tear. Because I don't do that crying. Okay? But we pick up where we left off. Kane has made his dramatic exit out of the candle situation. And then Oliver talks to Dominique and Troy. And basically he's like, look, we are the OGs at this point. We have been on this platform. Like, you know, Oliver's the OG at this point. He's been there since season 2. Well, Troy's been there since season 2, right? And then Dominique came season 3, I think. But neither here nor there, they're the oldest ones on the cast at this point. And he said, listen, I am not interested in fighting with either one of y'all. Like, I know in the past, me and Dominique have had our situations, but I'm not interested in fighting with anybody. So, you know, I want us to be in a good space. And Dominique was like, listen, at this point, I agree with you. I respect the hell out of your work ethic, and I'm trying to be what you are. Like, you know, as far as the hustle and having multiple things that you do. He was like, you know, I got the dog grooming, but I definitely want to get into other things and do other things. And later on in the episode, we do see him being a creative director. We saw him modeling in the first episode. He was a creative director for my boy Tremel. Now let me tell you something. That video that they was working on later on in that episode, baby, listen, Tremel, he did that. Okay, first of all, I like the song. But he also did that in the video, looking all sexy and scrumptious and stuff, honey. I saw it, okay? I absolutely saw it, okay? Looking like D'Angelo circa 1994, I guess, with the How Does It Feel? I don't know what year that video actually came out. I just know it was in the 90s because I'm that old. What may not? I don't know when that video came out, but he was looking scrumptious, and so was Tremel. And him and Dominique were definitely talking about him doing things, and you know, I can appreciate somebody that walking like they talk it. Okay, Dominic is saying that he wants to do these things, and we see him actually doing it, and I'm here for all of that. I'm here for all of that. Next, we see Tony getting some alterations done to her face. Now listen, I'm all here for somebody to do what you got to do to make yourself feel good. Like, I ain't mad at you, because listen, if I had the money, baby, I would have some things done over here too. I mean, it would. You know, I ain't gonna sit here and tell y'all no lies that I wouldn't have no nipping and tucking going on over here. But this is what I do want people to start doing. Can y'all please? And she even said it. She said, well, I want it done the way I want it done. And they were trying to tell her that what she wanted probably wasn't a good idea because of the shape of her face, the make of her face, the this and the that, and the up and the down. And she's like, listen, I can appreciate that y'all, you know, y'all giving me y'all 2 cents on it, but I want what I want. But girl, what you want probably ain't what you should get. See, that's why people be ending up with these messed up situations. Because the doctor probably told them that's not a good idea. And they told the doctor, I know you went to school for 12 years to learn how to do this, but I don't want to listen to you. I'm going to do what I want to do. Now, I feel like because it wasn't a permanent nose job, it wasn't rhinoplasty, it was like an alteration situation, that if it was screwed up, I think in her mind she felt like she could fix it. But moving on. So she had it done, and it wasn't what she wanted. But I guess she had to save face, because after the doctor told her, she was like, well, there's a lot of swelling, and I think once the swelling goes down, it'll be what I want. But she also said that, you know, this wasn't a permanent solution, because she definitely had some other things that she wanted to do, more permanent things like an actual rhinoplasty and stuff like that. Listen, again, do what you got to do to make yourself feel better, boo, but I just want you to be healthy, and I want you to listen to what the doctors are telling you, because they do know what they're talking about. Like, we can't always have what we want. I mean, I don't want to be drastic, but there's a whole lot of people that didn't make it out of surgery because they wanted something that the doctor told them they shouldn't do. And they found a doctor that would do it. And they paid the price. So I just want you to listen. Okay? Now I'm done. Then we see Kane, Seven, and Oliver meeting down to the toy shop. Oliver is getting ready to dibble and dabble into some adult toy situation, and Kane wants to start a adult toy line, and so they're down at the adult toy store to, I guess, get some things. Oliver's having an adult toy party. I'm not doing some research, I guess. Now, Seven shows up, and I'm gonna be honest, I feel like Seven showed up and Seven was already waiting, because she said later on in this scene that she had already talked to Troy and Dominique. So she already knew that Kane had, stirred the pot a little bit down to the candle making situation. And so Seven asked Kane, what did she ask Kane? I feel like she asked Kane his opinion on the sky being blue, and Kane went off on a whole tangent. But hold on. Let me rewind. I had to go back and look again, because I want to be fair. I want to be fair. Seven asked Kane about the candle event and what happened. Kane told her what his opinion was of what happened. Now, of course, in Kane's mind, it was all about Troy and Dominique. And once again, he started talking about how Troy and Dominique got this situation, and he was like, I don't think they're real friends. I think they're fake friends. And he was doing his Kane thing, but you asked him, Seven, let's be clear, you did ask him. And he was telling you his version of the story. So she got irritated, because she was like, I'm not going to sit here and let you talk about my friends. So she hits and Dario with the pineapples. Now, Seven, I'm going to just say that this is my opinion. This my opinion. That that pineapple situation was not as random. She said that because she's on the hormones, she, told Dario that she, makes him to go left. And so she wanted to have a safe word so that if she did go left, they would know to grab her up so she don't go too far left. So pineapples was the safe word. Now, down to the Braxton family values, that was their safe word too, was pineapples. Okay, I remember Tamar saying pineapples was the safe word. And I feel like that came from Kevin Hart. So pineapples is not a very random thing. It was very specific. So I understood as soon as she said pineapples, I understood exactly what was going on. And she was basically telling Dario, I need to stop, I need to take a minute, and I need to breathe before I go off. Which didn't really work, because she ended up, going off anyway. And I saw this hand, which I believe to be Dario's, just kind of pulling her away. So she went outside and she's mad. So she mad. And she going off. She get in her car. She FaceTimes Dominique and Troy and brings them in on it. So Oliver comes out to sort of talk to him and sort of bring him down. I didn't mean him. Bring her down. My apologies. That was a slip of the tongue. That was no disrespect. Goes outside to talk to Seven to bring her down, and realizes that she is on the 3-way FaceTime with Dominique and with Troy. And so Oliver was like, well, damn, girl, you done already came out here and just I need you to bring it down a little bit. So she's upset and explaining why she mad. And Oliver gets her to just, calm down and start fresh and refresh the battery with Kane. Kane comes out and they make up and they good. And I'm still confused, because you asked that man what happened. He told you what happened. I mean, you might not like what he said, but he told you. Okay. So, that was that. I was a little confused by that whole situation, but I feel like Seven just be on 10. Seven been on 10 a lot, because Seven came back to the cookout to fight with after Dominique and Kendra, and then last week Seven doing a lot. Maybe it is the hormones, because Seven is on a lot. Okay. Well, moving on. So then we have this, where Dario got me to crying. This scene with Tonka and his uncle. Baby, I wasn't ready. I wasn't ready for none of that conversation. So Tonka is meeting up with his uncle, who he really has not had a strong relationship with, because his uncle has been incarcerated for the majority of his life. He said, but even in the midst of his uncle being in jail for so long, his uncle always attempted to maintain a relationship with him. He said even though he doesn't talk to his father and he doesn't have a strong relationship. Well, he didn't say he doesn't talk to him. He said he doesn't have a strong relationship with his father. He said he does talk to his father. He said if he wants to talk to his father, he can pick up the phone and call him, but they just don't have a strong relationship. And he said he knows that his sexuality is an issue with his father. First of all, talk to your uncle fine. I'm just saying. But what I loved about this scene was a couple of things. His uncle was like, Tonka said, I always respected the fact that you always tried. You reached out to me periodically. You checked on me. You always tried to have a relationship with me. He said, I just never understood why that couldn't be with my dad. And his uncle said, I'm going to be honest with you. Your father wasn't ready to be a father. He said he still ain't. He said he's still not. He said, and to be honest, I wasn't really ready to be an uncle, but I knew that you were my blood and I wanted to try and I wanted to love you. And Tonka said, I've always felt different. Growing up, I was always different. And, I basically, he was saying he caught abuse for it, that his grandmother and his he said his family members, they didn't understand it. They abused him. They abused him about the fact that, he has two-tone skin. And he said that, they were like, oh, you're dirty. You're not washing properly. And they tried to bleach his skin because his skin is so much darker than his face, his body is so, and, he talked about the abuse. He said, but, but the fact that you always, try to have a relationship with me, it just meant a lot. It just meant so much to me. And what I love, his uncle said, he said, listen, I always knew you were different. He said, and I don't mean different in a bad way, but just, I knew you were different. And he didn't want to say gay or homosexual or whatever. But he said, I knew you were different. He said, I was waiting for you to know you were different. He said, because I don't have no problems. Like, love is love. And people, people come in all shapes and all ways. So that doesn't bother me. He said, and I just want to let you know that I love you no matter what. Like, I don't care about none of that. Baby, the way I sat over here, baby, the way I was like, yes, Tonka, yes. I mean, I could hear it in Tonka's voice that whole scene was heavy on him. I could hear it in his voice that he was nervous about all of it. And I respect the fact that his uncle was willing to do this on camera. I just respect that because we know that so many people in the community get ostracized, especially from their family. And here's a guy that was, in jail. And I mean, I just respected it so much. And I was here for all of it. So for our final scene, we are at Oliver's toy party with Bedroom Candy representative. Now let me tell y'all something, and this ain't no advertisement because y'all know Candy ain't listening to me. Candy don't even know I exist. But let me say this: I have had 3 Bedroom Candy parties. And I have sampled things in the Bedroom Candy catalog. Let me tell y'all something. If you're not there, I'm telling you, if you've never had a Bedroom Candy party, you need to find your representative and just have one. And I love the way that I'm telling too much of my business. Listen, just get you some. It's a good thing. But I never thought of it from a all male party. Because of course I've never been to even a co-ed toy party. But I mean, I never thought about the fellas using these toys. I mean, other than to enjoy y'all know what I'm trying to say. So it was cool to see them go through the products from the perspective of what they do intimately. And it was like a little pajama party. So Jay and Moore was there, Wayne, Kane, Oliver, Willa came through, and Rico. First of all, let me say, Rico, I like them pajamas. I want them. Second of all, let me say, And Dario, you did not need to give us the shot of Wayne the Pain's dick print when he was in the bathroom. We'll get to that scene in a minute. But we didn't need to see that. I know I didn't. Okay. And Kane, you didn't need to show up with your dick out. It was a pajama party, not an orgy. That's all I'm saying. But, people are going to be what they're going to be. So we went through the party. It was cute. Everybody was, enjoying the things. Kane was getting all hot and bothered. They were doing demos. Jay Moore and Rico was demonstrating I forgot what that contraption is called, but they was demonstrating that. And that was cute and all of that good stuff. And then, Jay Twan was there too. So then we got to talking about Kendra. And Kane asked about Kendra. And Wayne started saying, well, Wayne was like, Kane was like, well, if it's personal, it's personal. And Wayne was like, well, no, all I can say is that I'm glad to say that me and her are speaking again, And then Wayne started getting really, really upset. He started getting really upset. And he was like, I really miss my friend, and I just hate the fact that we're in this space. And Jay Twan tried to start a conversation, and Wayne got irritated because Wayne was like, "Why are you doing this? You know what's going on. You more than anybody else in this room really know what's going on with me and Kendra and know the situation. So why are you having this conversation in front of everybody else? Why are you doing this in this space?" And I'm not saying I disagree. I kind of understand where Wayne was coming from. But again, we filming the show, girl. So Wayne gets upset and he goes in the bathroom. And Dario was like, "Are you okay? Are you I feel like Dario was like, was that you being dramatic, or are you really having a moment?" And Wayne was like, "No, I'm really upset." He said, "I miss my friend." He said, "Me and Kendra were doing this together, and I always had to deal with people feeling like I was coming off of her success, but I wanted this for both of us, and it really hurts me that me and my friend aren't where we need to be, and it really hurts me that me and my friend aren't friends, and I aren't communicating like we used to, and I'm upset by it, and it really bothers me." So Jay Moore went in there. First of all, Jay Moore, your confessional in this whole scene, was absolutely killing me. When Kane came in that bathroom, because Kane had on these pussycat ears, and he called Kane Josie and the Pussycats, bitch. I hollered. Because, see, everybody ain't going to get that reference. Everybody is not going to get the Josie and the Pussycats reference, okay? But anyway, he went in there, he gave him a little tough love. He was like, "Listen, you my friend, so I'm going to give it to you straight, no chaser." He said, "Right now, it's coming off like it's all about you right now. You really coming off like it's a you thing. And I need you to think about the Kendra piece of this, and from her perspective. And I need you to take some accountability for how you contributed to the situation and where you and Kendra are." He said, "I'm not coming from no place of malice or hurt, but I need you to be fair and honest about how y'all got here." And I thought it was a really good conversation. Until Kane came busting up in there because he had the peach hair. So then we see Oliver talking to Kane. And Oliver was telling Kane, "You doing a lot." And Kane was like, "What? What am I doing? What are you talking about, friend? What'd I do? I don't know what you're talking about. I didn't do nothing." And Kane just has a way. Kane talk about something he felt. What did he say? He felt maligned. Jay Moore said, everybody in here with their word of the day. He said in 2 weeks he ain't even gonna know what that word means. Everybody coming in here trying to use these big words. What you talking about? What you mean you felt maligned? What that supposed to mean? So anyway, that was the episode. You guys let me know what y'all think. I'll talk to y'all later. Peace.